going on?
William Hamilton.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Destiny. I'm a caseworker assigned to determine whether or not certain souls get into the afterlife. You have been red flagged as a potential liability. And that's Charlie Chaplin, supposedly. He's a potential liability as well.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
So what? This is heaven?
Yeah, William, sure. This dark and depressing waiting room with the broken air conditioning is heaven. People really oversold it in all those religious texts.
Oh, don't mind her. She's a bit sarcastic, but quite the sweetheart once you get to know her. We're actually in a heavenly waiting room, where we have to stay until Destiny can determine if our liability risks outweigh our potential worth to the afterlife. Truthfully, I think it's just an insurance thing. Heaven's probably trying to cover their asses from afterlife lawsuits or something. Shouldn't take too much longer for your case to be resolved. I'm sure you'll have a great time while you're here. I must say, you're doing marvelously for someone who just found out they're dead.
I'm dead?
Yeah, how the hell did you think you got into heaven?
I don't. I didn't think it would happen so soon.
I'm sorry. It's never easy to find out that you kicked the bucket.
How'd it happen?
Oh, well, according to your file, you were at a party at the frat house where you lived. After quite a few beers and a cocktail called Jaeger Ball, you decided it was a good idea to practice your bungee jumping technique. You tied a bed sheet to your leg, the other to the end of a desk, and proceeded to jump out of the third-story window yelling, "Whoa, bungee!"
What the hell are you laughing at?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm such a big fan of physical comedy.
At least I went out like a legend.
Yeah, you really left your mark on the world. Until the next morning when your frat bros made the pledges clean it up.
Ew. Destiny.
The next...
Off the sarcasm, she also has a rather morbid sense of humor.
I'm just keeping things light.
The next morning? Didn't I die just minutes ago? How is it morning already?
Well, heaven exists on another dimensional plane than the reality you just came from. We are out of what humans perceive as linear time. From the heavenly point of view, the entire history of the universe can be seen at once. If you want to peek into the future of mankind or look at some dinosaurs or some shit, go for it.
So I could watch all the Fast and Furious and Transformer movies that'll ever be made.
Yeah. That's what you should take from this mind-blowing revelation. When I told Carl Sagan this, he nearly crapped his pants, but please watch the movies.
Wait, the next morning, shouldn't, if we're outside of linear time, then shouldn't everybody who's died or will ever die be here?
No, it doesn't work like that. Earth time is still a thing, so they can't be in our dimension until they die on Earth. Sure, we can look into the past and future, but those are basically just movies. It's all very boring. And honestly, Einstein does a much better job of explaining this stuff if you'd like to ask him. Unfortunately, we still have to abide by the human idea of what time is. Now, if you'd like to sit back, I'll let you know when there's a development in your case.
So Charlie, what did you do back then?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was an actor. Seriously? I died only a few decades before you did. They don't remember me in your time?
I don't watch older movies. I'm more into YouTube personalities, funny cat videos, internet memes, stuff like that.
Ah. I must say, I'm glad I died before the internet. Hate to think degrading myself for likes.
I'm sure you were plenty funny back in your day.
Thank you, William. means the world to me.
So how long have you been here?
A long, long time. See, heaven's not that easy to get into. Overcrowding's a major problem in the afterlife.
How exactly does an entire universe not have enough space?
Well, God doesn't just let humans in. He's a softie for animals. Once, he saw this documentary about how SeaWorld was mistreating their orcas. Now he has 8 shamus.
Seems like way too many.
I know. SeaWorld just kept sending them up here.
Wait, is my case going to take just as long to process?
Oh, no. No, cases like yours are typically resolved in the equivalent of a few Earth days.
Then why have you been here for so long?
Mein Führer!
Oh, shut up, Destiny! Apparently, a few years before I got here, they lost Hitler.
They lost Hitler.
Ridiculous, right?
Wouldn't Hitler just go right to hell?
There is no hell. If you're evil or ruled to liability, your energy is just scattered into oblivion after processing.
Oh, geez, Destiny, you're gonna scare the kid. Anyway, they lost Hitler and they never found him. So naturally, when I get here and happen to be a white man with a similar mustache, people started getting suspicious.
So they won't let you into heaven until they find the real Hitler. And are 100% sure you're not him.
Exactly.
Whoa. Well, good luck, man. I hope you find him soon.
Well, I've got nothing but time. I also have a full bladder. Please excuse me, good sir.
Can I get you water or something?
No, thank you.
There's a vending machine in the hall.
Not hungry.
Do you consider your life a waste?
What?
Oh, I'm not trying to be insulting, and this is entirely off the record. I just wanted to know.
Why?
I consider my life a waste. The way you died seemed so pointless, but maybe it made a beautiful point in the moment.
I got drunk and jumped out of a window.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty dumb. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe there was this moment of absolute freedom that spoke to you and told you that you were invincible. I never got a chance to feel that way.
How did you die?
About as dully as I lived. Please excuse me.
Hello. I am Shari. Have you seen my many funny films? They are good, yeah?
Feeling okay? Your voice sounds a little strange. You want some water or something?
9. No. Thank you.
Okay.
So, did you know that there's another way into heaven? When Destiny gets back, all they have to do is knock her out. She has a key that she keeps around her neck. If we can get that key, we can open the door to heaven.
Are you serious? Can't fight Destiny. She's nice and cool, and I honestly thought you two were friends.
All lies!
Why do you sound so strange?
I don't sound strange. This is how I've always sounded. I'm surprised you never paid more attention to my voice. I thought we were closer than that, Wilson.
Let's start over. Things are getting a little too tense right here. You know what always made me feel better when I was alive? Talking about my favorite movies. Do you like movies?
Yeah, who doesn't like movies?
Well, I really love the films of Woody Allen. You like Woody Allen?
I never cared much for his work.
Really? What about Mel Brooks? I mean, you gotta love Mel Brooks. I mean, Spaceballs, right?
I never saw it.
And his Hitler jokes. Man, I swear, Mel Brooks has got to be one of the funniest men on earth. So much funnier than David Hasselhoff.
How dare you spurn the name of David Hasselhoff? He's the Knight Rider. He's the pure representation of all of the glory that Germany should have been. The Aryan race will still be a reality. And you rue the day that you cursed the name of Germany. Ich bin ein Baywatcher.
Aha! You are Hitler.
Oh, Scheiße!
This is for Charlie.
Oh, what the hell is going on here?
This is Hitler. He was pretending to be Charlie. He was going to steal your key and sneak into heaven.
And you stopped him?
Of course. We may be dead, but I still got to believe that there's a right and wrong.
You did good, Will. If you see Charlie before I do, please tell him I enjoyed his company.
I never committed genocide. I never convinced millions of people to do terrible things. What did I do? Drank a bit too much on occasion, and maybe I never appreciated enough good things I had going for me in life. Family, friends, bros, brothers, friendship, love. I took too many chances, and that makes me a liability? Maybe heaven needs people to jump out of windows. And if they don't, then my atoms are to be tossed into the same black hole as a murderer? I won't be labeled a mistake because I chose to live my life. I won't.
Introspection can be a hell of a thing. You get all the answers you want and some you don't.
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a lowly janitor. It's my job to keep the waiting rooms nice and comfortable for you folks as you transition.
Transition?
You know, the ruling on your case.
Oh, yeah.
Are you scared? I hope you don't mind, but I heard you talking to yourself while I was out in the hall. You sounded scared.
I don't mind. I think sometimes people just want to be heard out loud. Call it a half prayer or something. Truthfully, though, I am a bit scared.
Well, fear can often show our true nature. It's the fight or flight instinct, actually. You ever hear of it?
Fight or flight?
Yeah. It's a nifty bit of programming that God put into our DNA. Actually, it's in all of God's creatures. It's an emotional response to certain threatening stimuli. Say you're out in the woods camping somewhere, and a wolf crosses your path. If you're alone, your fight or flight instinct may just go into flight mode. Subconsciously, you would assess the situation, and then you would think that your odds of survival are just to try and run and escape. But if you're with your friends, however, and that wolf crosses your path and it threatens them, then you might decide to fight instead of run. It all depends upon what type of person you are. So, William, what type of person are you now that you find yourself on the verge of oblivion? Maybe that's what God wants to find out.
You're really smart, you know that?
Me? No, I've just been around for a long time. Knowledge often comes with experience.
You're totally God, aren't you?
What? No, I'm just a wise janitor.
No. See, I've seen a lot of movies. And you definitely sound like the wise type of character that turns out to be God.
That's just ridiculous. Do you think that God has the time to come down here and talk to you when he literally has an entire universe to run? That sounds silly.
Guess not.
Damn straight. So if you'll excuse me, I got a few million other waiting rooms to clean.
Oh, hey, not God. One more question.
Shoot.
I was never a religious person in life, but which religion was the right one?
The right religion? That's cute, kid. But if you're going to make your way into heaven, you're going to have a bit more of an open mind.
I see you met the janitor.
Yeah, interesting guy. You look like hell, by the way.
Oh, someone snuck up behind me and knocked me out. Oh, my head is killing me.
It's a good thing we're already dead.
Where's Destiny?
She had to work in a last minute case. Last minute kind of thing. What's that?
Just means someone got their case pushed through to heaven. Lucky jerk.
I don't think you're a jerk.
What?
Destiny is gonna miss you. Maybe we'll see each other on the other side someday.
You're a good kid, Will. Don't take too long.
I never liked to watch. Charlie was different though. He's been here for so long, I gave him a lot of shit for being stuck here with me. Maybe because he at least had the opportunity to be processed. Truthfully, if anybody deserves to move up, it's him.
Destiny, do you not live where the light goes?
Heaven needs its bureaucrats. I just happened to be a very dutiful one in my last life. Somebody up here noticed I was chosen. No resume or choice in the matter, just a short battle with cancer and a long sentence. Opportunity to work for heaven. I'm the exact opposite of a liability, Will. I lived behind red tape, so they poured red concrete over my casket.
That's kind of beautiful.
What?
The irony. I took a poetry class once. It was a blow-off course. Easy credit. But what I think you just said would be irony. I lived my life behind red tape, so they poured red concrete over my casket. It's poetry.
It is?
Yeah. I like it.
I was never much of a writer. I did like reading plays, though. I even met Samuel Beckett once. He's still waiting to be processed in another room.
He's a liability?
No, God just likes making Beckett wait. He thinks it's funny. But between you and I think it's an overly simplistic interpretation of the play. Hello? Yes. Yes. I'll pull her file right away.
Everything okay?
Just a new liability. They were gonna put her in this room, but decided to transfer out with someone else. We should be getting the transfer spirit shortly.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes. Sherman. Please make yourself comfortable. My name is Destiny. This is William. I will be your caseworker. William is another potential liability. Now, I trust your last caseworker gave you the basic rundown of what is expected of you as a liability.
You did. Bunch of bullshit if you ask me.
You don't believe you're a liability?
Not a chance. I had worth in life. I had like 1,000 fans on Facebook. How does that make me a liability?
Well, according to your file, you weren't very handy with the chainsaw.
Oh! It always comes back to that stupid chainsaw. If that kid would have stayed on his mark, then he'd have all of his fingers still. I don't see how that's my fault.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
Sherman was a prop comic in his last life. A very clumsy prop comic at that.
don't know what that is.
Then you're in for a treat.
Oh, good lord.
Prop comedy is exactly as it sounds. A comedian, like myself, uses props to help give a depth to stand-up comedy that you just can't get with verbal jokes alone. For example, I recently joined a dating service. They told me to dress up for the woman I deserve and go out and find her. So I put this bowling pin in my pants thinking I'd get a strike. Oh. By the looks on your faces, I think I'm more in the gutter instead. Okay, maybe you're not bowling fans, but you'll love this one. My therapist gave me this bat and told me to go home and hit anything that annoyed me. So I went home that night and started hitting all the bills she sent. And now, for my last bit, I'm gonna juggle these hammers while reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in Spanish.
No!
What?
Although it would be just very impressive to see you juggle hammers, I don't believe this is the appropriate place for that.
You sound just like that dick that kicked me out of the children's hospital.
Somehow, I don't doubt that. But it was good. Don't get me wrong, poignant stuff. So funny, right, William?
Oh yeah, so funny. Where do you come up with this stuff?
It's a gift.
Well, if you ever find God up here, you definitely have to thank him for your gift.
So, Willie, why are you up here?
I think it was I never took anything too seriously in life, and heaven looks down on stuff like that.
Yeah. The higher-ups do seem a bit stuffy around here.
Well, how about you? I mean, you've had to been labeled a liability for more than just your clumsiness.
I don't know. They don't really tell you why you're here. I begged my first caseworker to let me see my file, but he said it was against the rules of heaven. We just have to figure it out on our own.
Although our rules clearly state we're not allowed to tell you why you've been ruled a liability, we still encourage introspection.
Well, figures I'd wait until after I died to think about why I'm a screw-up.
Better late than never. And I don't mean to worry you, but this is basically your last chance.
And if we don't figure it out and change?
Then oblivion most likely awaits you. I'm sorry, but it's true. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to file some paperwork for your transfer.
She's usually a lot more funnier than that. You're just catching her on the bad day.
So my friends would say when they defended my comedy. Shouldn't have bought into it. After a while, I started using that excuse to defend myself too.
Do you not think you're a good comedian?
Come on, Will. I suck. I know it. You know it. I'm not bored enough to miss your bored faces when I hit my punchlines, nor deaf enough that I don't know a fake compliment when I hear one.
Then why do it? Why get up in front of people knowing that they most likely won't like your jokes?
Because I love doing it. It's exhilarating. The rush of getting up in front of a group of people who are giving up their time just to try and make them laugh is unlike anything else in this world. I just wish.
You wish what?
I wish I trusted myself. Do you want to know why I went into prop comedy? Well, it's because I was never really comfortable on stage without something to hide behind. I lied to myself. Said it was adding to the jokes, but really they were a distraction. They distracted the audience from me.
Maybe it's your lack of confidence that makes you a liability.
I wouldn't doubt it. I've never really been comfortable with people seeing the real me. Even when we first met, I opted to go into my crappy comedy routine rather than sit down and have a real conversation with you two.
Well, this is the real you, isn't it? I mean, you sound like a smart guy, and you're obviously good at making observations. Well, isn't that what comedy is? Finding the normalcy or finding the idiocracy in normal observations.
Thanks, Will. You're a good kid, you know that?
Get off me, God.
Hitler! Hitler!
Hi, guys.
Whatever he asks you, don't do it.
God, Destiny. before you get hurt.
You're not getting into heaven.
Oh, I disagree. And just to make sure that you do not try and stop me again, I present to you Oblivion.
Destiny.
Stand in my way, and destiny gets torn apart, atom by atom.
Don't do it, Will.
You're not getting through this door.
Out of my way!
What do we do?
I don't know. This guy's just the worst.
So this is my first time in heaven. I flew here, and by that, I mean my plane crashed. But hey, any reason to not have a layover in Tucson, am I right?
What is this? What are you doing?
Seriously, have any of you ever been to Tucson? It's like all the Polish jokes that were ever written got together and decided to become a city. And what's up with all these people that are famous for doing nothing? Or just because your dad is rich, that entitles you to celebrity status? Good luck getting me to watch your sex tape. Again. I know it's been a while since we practiced eugenics, but I doubt the world needs another Kardashian. So what else? What else? Oh, I went onto an ancestry website and found out that I'm part German. Any Germans in the audience tonight? Ooh! 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 My God, that is some mustache. That thing is so thick, he probably charges guys double to ride it. And what's up with that adorable salute you guys do? That's so cute. Seriously. It looks like you gave a bunch of out-of-work dancers some tanks and tried to take over the world, you basic bitch.
Okay.
Hey, you're a good sport. Let's give a round of applause for Hitler. Jeez. It's more quiet than a German bunker in 1945. Oh! Right? This guy knows what I'm talking about. So where was I? Oh yeah, I go into an ancestry website and found out that my family's part German, right? And I tell my parents we're actually from a long line of German ancestors. And my mom, she goes crazy with it. She's learning the language, she's drinking beer out of steins, and she even started making sausage. Only problem is, her cooking sucks. And I haven't found out a way to tell her that her sausages are the worst! God!
Sherman, that was...
Super brave and amazing. I know.
You did it.
I did. I performed stand-up without any props.
I was gonna say you destroyed Hitler's soul and saved destiny, but whatever works for you.
Is that?
For you. Congratulations.
All I had to do was trust myself. Thank you both for showing me that.
Crazy day.
Are they always this exciting?
Unfortunately, no. What did you say to him that got him to change?
We just talked. I mean, Sherman figured out his liability mostly himself, and I guess people really can't think when somebody's willing to listen.
You're an amazing person, Will.
Oh, come on. You're gonna make me blush.
I think I needed to do that.
I'm not gonna argue.
Oh, I better get Sherman's paperwork through. Believe it or not, he still has a few more lines to wait in on the other side. I better get his paperwork through as fast as possible.
Okay? I'll wait here.
Man, that Destiny sure has a glow about her today.
What are you doing here? Thought you said you had 1 million rooms to clean.
Yeah. Well, I got this urgent call that said that somebody had been processed through the Oblivion door. Sometimes it can get a little messy.
How so?
Well, when a body is deatomized, or whatever you want to call the process, it first has to devolve into its most primordial state of evolution. It's a complicated process, but let's just say that in the end, the body explodes into a kind of chemical soup. Oh, speaking of soup. Want some? Chicken and stars.
No thanks.
Suit
No.
yourself. I love chicken and stars. What is it that they say on Earth? We are all star stuff. Well, anyway, when that star stuff is in its chemical soup form, it can explode in the direction of the door and has the potential for getting into the waiting room. And so, therefore, it gets all messy. It's a bitch on carpet. We found that out in the early days. That's like all waiting rooms have tile floors now.
Smart.
Well, no soul goo here as far as I can tell. I'll be seeing you around.
Oh, hey, can I ask you something?
Sure, kid.
A minute ago, me and Destiny were in some danger. We managed to survive, but afterward, she kissed me.
Ah! Oh, damn! No wonder she was so happy. So what? You didn't like the kiss?
No, I loved it. It's just, I didn't realize now that this isn't permanent.
Yeah, because someday soon your case will be resolved and Destiny will be left here.
Exactly.
Come on over here and put your hand on the door. What can you feel?
A rumble. Low, but definitely there.
There is a duality to this door. You see, matter cannot be created nor destroyed. It's a safeguard put in by God to make sure that whatever was created could not be undone.
Is that a problem?
In a way, the evil that goes through this door doesn't really become nothingness. It just gets redistributed in the end. However, the same goes for love.
Well, how can anything possibly survive that? If my atoms are pulled apart by this void, then how can I ever keep any sense of who I am in this life?
The way we make memories are more than just what you see on the surface. Our brains use quantum processes while forming feelings and the memories of those feelings. It's actually a part of what creates consciousness. Those quantum bits of information are shaped by and in part from the emotional responses that we receive and create. Those emotions cannot be destroyed, just redistributed.
I think I understand. But why are you telling me this?
Because whether you go through this door or that one, you're never going to be forgotten. And you're never going to forget. Not on a quantum level. Oblivion isn't really that. So when your atoms are separated and distributed into trillions of other things across the universe, then those trillions of other things will have pieces of you that care for Destiny, your family, and your friends. That can never be taken away from you.
You're totally God, aren't you?
Damn it, William! I am not God!
Hello?
Oh, hi, Destiny. Well, I'm going to stop boring you to death and let you two relax. I hear you've had a hell of a day.
That's an understatement.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Still a bit rattled.
Me too.
Will, about that kiss?
It was the adrenaline.
No, it was more than that. I never took chances when I was alive. Maybe I was never alive. I wanted to be, though. More than anything, I wanted to feel the rush of something. I wanted the passion to flow through my body and help me fight for what I really wanted. There were so many things worth fighting for that I just walked past. I never said a word. Never looked back, just kept moving on that damn path that's led me here. Now I'm trapped. What good is the rush of being a hostage or the different kind of fear that comes from kissing someone if I'm stuck in this goddamn office? By all other accounts, I would have lived today. I would have lived if I weren't stuck in this never-ending state of half-dead limbo bullshit. You're not supposed to be here.
Destiny.
Hi, Mom. It's good to see you.
You too. this may be hard for you to believe, Destiny, but I'm dead.
No, I mean, my boss called me earlier. They transferred you to another caseworker. We're not allowed to work on cases of relatives.
And when my caseworker told me why I was transferred, you can imagine my surprise when I found out my daughter was just a few doors down. I just had to come and see you. I gave my caseworker the slip and came straight here.
It is really good to see you.
You too, honey. I miss you so much.
Oh, this is William Hamilton. He's another potential liability.
Oh, it's good to meet you, William.
It's good to meet you. I don't know if this is a rude question, but how is it you're as young as Destiny?
Oh, in heaven you appear as you did when you were happiest in life.
Well, he's just adorable. Is he single?
Mom.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Feeling crazy right now. Just don't really know what to say. Oh.
Well, we could catch up. How have you been these past few years?
I've been good. We've been living pretty comfortably after your accident.
Accident? I thought you had cancer.
She did. That's not what killed her.
God, Mom.
What? It wasn't your fault. She was walking to her chemo treatment when a piano fell out of the sky and landed on her. Yeah, she was, moving company was trying to put this, piano through a window of a third-story condo when the cheap straps they were using snapped and flattened Destiny out like a pancake. Anyway, honey, we sued the moving company and got millions. I mean, it was tragic what happened to you. But it was nice to see the good come of it. Your father and I had a chance to retire and travel the world.
So you benefited from me dying?
Oh, come on, Destiny. It wasn't like that. We needed something to help us get over the horrible circumstances of your death. And it's not like we won a settlement immediately after you died. We were in the courts for years before we got anything. And by then, well, what do they say? Tragedy plus time equals comedy.
So my death was funny to you?
Not at first. But one day it was. Ah, your sister had a daughter. You're an aunt, by the way. And when your niece was in grade school, she started playing piano. Your father and I, we went to her first piano recital. And it was so terrible that your father leaned over and whispered to me, "That Destiny's accident sounded way better than this shit." I couldn't contain my laughter. I was actually asked to leave by one of the teachers. It felt terrible, of course. But in another way, I felt free.
Free.
Yes. Your death was so confining, honey. That's what tragedy does to us. It's a prison. Once your father and I could see things in another light was our release from that sentence.
It's hard to believe that any positive feeling could have come from my death.
Oh, lighten up, Destiny. You're such a downer. You're in heaven. What do you have to be sad about?
I'm not in heaven, Mom. I'm here. I'll always be here. This is my afterlife. Signing forms and processing liabilities. I'm sorry I'm not as enlightened as you are about my death, but I could have used a little more time on Earth with you and Dad and my mom and my sister and her child who I'll never get to meet because I'll never see any of you on the other side.
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't know. When I first got sick, your father and I went to your grave. I had stage 4 stomach cancer. A horrible disease, painful. But being at your grave was this strange feeling. It wasn't the awful sense that came when you had first died, realizing we'd never see you again. And it wasn't the comical one that helped us cope later in life. It was this calmness that swept over me. Like it was okay that I'd be missing out on everything else in my life because I'd soon be getting a part of it back. No matter how brief, I always had this to look forward to. For whatever that's worth now.
I've tried to give you enough time, Sarah, but you have to come back with us.
Mom, what is he talking about?
I lied to you, honey. They ruled on my case a short while ago. I'm a liability.
What? No, I refuse to believe that.
Oh, it's okay, honey. I thought I could get back in time before they found me. It's been so long since I've seen you.
And all that talk about getting into heaven?
I'm a mother. Sometimes mothers have to lie to their kids in order to give them hope that everything will be okay in the end.
Mom, you're about to be obliterated. Do you know what's going to happen to you?
Nothing that didn't already happen to me the day you died. Just on a smaller scale.
We have to go, Sarah.
Wait. Please let her into heaven. You owe me this I've never asked for anything, but I'm asking now that you please let her in. If my years of service have meant anything to you, then you'll let one soul in for me.
It doesn't work like that, and you know it.
Then take me instead.
Destiny, don't.
The ruling has been sent down from heaven, and Sarah's place in oblivion has already been set. If you want to take her place, Destiny, heaven can respect that, and Sarah can take over your responsibilities as a caseworker.
Destiny,
Will,
you don't have to do this alone.
yes, I do. You're the kindest person I've ever met, Will. I know you would follow me into oblivion if I asked, because that's just the kind of person you are. But I can't let you come along. I've spent so much of my life not taking chances that I don't want someone to hold my hand during my biggest one. I have to do this for myself.
Honey, I can't let you do this.
Yes, you can. Besides, I'm not giving you the choice. You're just gonna have to live for both of us. I love you, Mom. Give Dad a big hug for me when he gets to heaven.
She's gone. I don't believe it.
What the hell?
Destiny, how are you still here?
I have no idea.
Yeah, if you're wondering why oblivion is the waiting room.
If you say hell is other people, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Actually, this was all just a test. I'm sorry for all the theatrics, but performance evaluations on caseworkers need to be thorough and oftentimes extreme in order to fully evaluate your growth. Hitler, Charlie, William, Sarah, Sherman, all of these were pieces in a bit of orchestrated chaos. Believe it or not, running the universe is pretty boring. And I like to complicate these evaluations as much as I can for my own amusement.
So wait, who are you?
This may come as a shock to you, William, but I am God. Boom!
Called it.
I wouldn't be too proud of yourself, William. Acting is hard. I saw your 8th grade production of Everyman where you played a tree. It was crap.
Hey, I was just a kid.
I'm just saying, I was very aware that I was watching a play. And your performance certainly wasn't helping.
Guys, can we get back on topic here? I need you pass, honey. I'm so proud of you.
Wait, you were in on this?
Of course. When God asked for my help in getting my daughter into heaven, I couldn't say no to that. This was actually pretty fun. I think I might even try out for community theater when I get into heaven. There is theater in heaven, right?
Yep, and I'm thinking about asking for my money back from Stanislavski for all those acting lessons. I had to do so many character journals.
So, what happens now?
Well, you aced your exam, so you can do whatever you want. You can stay here and work as a caseworker, or you can move on. All of you can, actually. Sarah was never a liability. We just had to make you think that in order to push you to your limits to see how much you had grown as a person over the years.
Wow, that's kind of sociopathic.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Well, I know where I'm going. I hope you'll join me.
Feel like having an adventure?
With you? Always.
Go, I'll catch up. This was the strangest last day of any job I've ever had.
Well, I hope you like the severance package.
Odd that I had to die and get to heaven before I started living my life.
So what the hell are you waiting for?